Hey y'all. Not talking to you, girl. I'm on live. I'm already on live. Girl, I am on live. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hey, Miss Paula. Hey, Tamara. How y'all doing? Look, I'm writing stuff down as it's popping into my head. Because it's been so much going on. How is everybody? Happy tax day, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know, as always, please like and share because TikTok been hating a little piece. Okay. Hey, I'm doing good, Miss Paula. I'm blessed regardless of my mess. Okay. Whew. I hope you're doing well too. Hey, how you doing? So make sure y'all like, subscribe, y'all share, tag somebody if you can. I appreciate all that good love and support because I make sure I give it to you guys as well. So if you have any questions, please drop them. Darylyn, you said, have I changed my time to 7 to 8? So what I did was I'm still at 7 o'clock. I'm just at 7 o'clock Central Time versus Eastern. So yes, ma'am, you can catch me at 8 o'clock. It's actually more people on live. Hey, TikTok, if you guys have not tuned in, please tune in because you are not going to want to miss anything that your girls say. If you got any questions about taxes or anything like that, let me know. Thank you, Amore. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. I'm so cheap. I bought this shirt at the $10 store. Okay. And I bought another one too. All right. So I appreciate that because your girl does not believe in spending a whole lot of money on clothes. Because it goes right on the floor as soon as I get home at night, just like everything else. Gucci, Louis, cheapy, it doesn't matter. It all gets treated the same. Hey, Marnie. Okay. So y'all know I got a whole bunch to run down because we are almost already in February. Can y'all believe that? We are in February. So I believe when I see y'all, next week when I see y'all, it's going to be February. So I got to run down what you need. Thank you very much. Marnie says I look cute. I appreciate that. I'll be trying to keep this 44 going. Okay. Y'all know what they say. Black don't crack unless you smoke it. All right. Hey, Miss Charlene. Thank you. I'm glad you are back on track. All right, so let me check real quick to see if anybody on TikTok has dropped a message or a question. Okay, so nope, I just wanted to see if anybody was going to get me started with a question tonight. Short says, sure, don't spend too much on clothes. LOL, I go way back when you was selling out the trailer. Okay, gang. Okay, I started selling out of a trailer, pulling up on individuals at their jobs, but don't be surprised if I don't pull up at your house to do your taxes or your paralegal work, okay? Because the hustle still goes. It's just a different kind, okay? But I'm still doing it for y'all because this is what I enjoy. All right. So not to take up too much of y'all time. Again, thank y'all for being here on Monday. Let's run down what is we need to run down because, like I told you, it will be February next week, okay? So I told you I made a video. And just for anybody that's new, make sure you please like me on all platforms under the same name, Shamika Saves, especially my YouTube channel, please. All right. So the Affordable Connectivity Program, I hope every single one of you guys have tapped into the program. Lord, there go the dog. Okay. But you got the Affordable Connectivity Program. You guys can get the tablet, the phone, and the discounted internet. I know a lot of y'all were telling me, oh, it says you can only get one. Yes and no. Okay. So let me break it down really quick. If you guys have not gotten the Obama phone, you can get the Obama phone on the Lifeline program. You do not have to crawl. You can go on and walk on through. Ain't nobody gonna see nothing. Okay. Y'all think it's so funny. They be trying to respect it. It's okay. Don't laugh. Okay. We be trying to look like a professional production going on over here. Okay. So you get the Lifeline phone. Okay. That is the program. They're also listed on the Affordable Connectivity Program list. If I have not already sent that to you, you can go, you can send me a message on TikTok. They are now allowing me to get messages again, or go to my website, shamikasaves.com, and I will send it to you. But get your phone from Lifeline if you have not already gotten your phone. And then if you want, I'm sorry, something keep bothering me. Okay, there you go. And then if you want your tablet and your discounted internet, You can get those under the Affordable Connectivity Program. All you got to do is call your internet provider, tell them you want to be put on the Affordable Connectivity Program, and they don't even ask you for nothing, y'all. They just put you on the program. Why? Because they get paid a subsidy for you guys being on there. So do you think the people is really caring to ask you for paperwork? They're not, okay? And then for the tablet, I have a preferred provider, and I actually put them in the video, the MaxSip Connects. Okay, so, and that's MaxSip Connects with an S at the end.com. So I'm gonna type it here on YouTube, and somebody can type it on TikTok for me, but it's MaxSip Connects CONNECTS.com. Okay. That ends February 7th. So if you do not sign up and get your phone and or the internet or the tablet, you are going to miss out and you will not be able to get them. Please stop listening to people saying that you can't. It's only one per household. It is one per household, but the Lifeline is a program and the Affordable Connectivity is a program. So it still is one per household. It's just also items per program. Okay, so people don't always be reading the fine lines. I'm gonna see what y'all saying on TikTok in just a minute. Let me see. You know what? Now let me see what y'all saying before I go on. Okay, real quick. And if anybody questions on YouTube, I'm gonna answer those as well. It says, can you do taxes for people in other states? Absolutely. Just FYI, when somebody says that they do taxes, an individual that does taxes can do taxes in any state. They can also do taxes federally. So federal is what most of y'all getting your taxes done on. But if you live in a state that pays state taxes, that state will automatically populate in the software because it's on your W-2. So if somebody says they can do your taxes, please make sure that they know you do have state tax, because sometimes people do not pay attention and you end up not filing your state tax and you need to. Okay. So again, happy tax day to everybody. And again, on TikTok, if y'all want to share and tag, again, I know how TikTok be playing with my viewers because they be mad. They will not let me post anything on my story today. So I don't know what they got against me, but it's okay. The devil is a lie, and I'm still going to reach the people I need to. And yes, ma'am, OG, in South Carolina, you can still have your taxes done. And shout out to people in South Carolina. Okay, Bo. All right. Let's see. I thought, okay, so yes, ACP will be ending soon, February 7th, guys. Okay, so make sure you get your phone through Lifeline and you get your tablet through MaxSip Connects with an S at the end. If you need that, send me a message on my website. I will give you the actual link. Okay. And yes, if you are a veteran, I've heard veterans tell me, oh, you have to be on pension in order to get it versus on disability. This is not true, especially with the company that I gave you. As long as you can show that you are receiving disability from the Veteran Administration, they're going to send you a tablet. And please don't let me go pull mine. Hold on. Because see, people think I be playing. Okay. Y'all know I don't play right. Oh, let me show y'all. Okay. Bam. I'm tired of folks trying me, okay? And I got my, look, it ain't even out the package yet. I got mine, okay? Bam. So y'all don't want one. You don't have to get one. Let me scoop my chair back on up. I got a little excited about that because people love to say you don't have what you have. And right around the corner is my discounted internet from Verizon. Yes. And I also got my phone, which is over there charging, okay? So don't tell me you can't get it. All right, so let me see what anybody's saying. Marnie says, is there any way to stop the IRS from taking taxes when you owe child support? Bam. A lot of people don't want the IRS to take their taxes for child support, and I can understand why you probably wouldn't. But there is a yes and a no. Okay, so in under regular measures, no, there is no way you can stop the IRS from taking your child support. Your tax refund for child support. But then the other way is if you were to file bankruptcy. Didn't I tell y'all my two favorite words is what? Free and bankruptcy. Okay. So if you were to file bankruptcy, that actually stalls the process. The IRS doesn't do anything, but it basically can put your tax refund in limbo. Now, if this is a current debt, meaning this is a child support that you still owe here and this year, you're probably gonna have a difficult time getting it. You can delay it, and it is possible that they can bypass and you can get your tax refund, but I would not count 100% on that. But if this was a different situation like student loans, then you have a stronger chance of actually receiving your tax refund. Okay. So if you owe child support, I'm gonna tell you now. Now I'm not y'all. Look, this is entertainment and educational purposes only. But I be making videos and I be making videos because I get a lot of this information from other people who do bad things. Okay, so I do get a video on the fuel tax, and all I'm gonna say is there are people that are doing the thing with the tax refunds, and they are actually paying people's child support off so that they can immediately start getting their tax refunds. Okay, but we're not going to go into that right now because y'all just gonna open up a whole nother can of worms, and y'all gonna be asking me. Okay, but maybe I might make a video on just that on YouTube. Bam, y'all just gave me a good idea. Thank you, Marnie. Okay, what is the website? Max Sip, MAXSIP connects with an S at the end, CONNECTS.com. That is where you can go and get that tablet. Will they take your lottery winnings? They will take your lottery winnings if you owe a state debt. So if you owe the state that you live in and you won the lottery, before they pay out your lottery check, they will check a website, a database to see if you owe, and they will take. Now, if your state, which they usually do not do, but if your state turns over that debt to the Treasury Department, then your IRS will take that out of your refund. But most times states don't send over debts like that to Treasury, but they're probably going to start unless it's child support. Okay. And most of y'all don't know child support is actually a federal debt. That's why they take it out of your taxes. You guys think it's state because your state is charging you. But what's happening is the federal government is making your state pay them back for the benefits that your child is receiving. Medicaid, food stamps, all that stuff. So the federal government is charging your state to get that money back. And that is why it shows up as a state debt, but it's actually a federal debt, which is why they take your tax refund. Boom. I bet you didn't know that. All right, let's move on to the next thing. The BOI. Okay. So I'm going to probably talk about this every single week because I know a lot of people are probably not hearing about it. And again, I have not yet heard it on the news. But if you own a business and you are not going to let that business expire, then you need to make sure that sometime between now and the end of the year, thank you very much, that you register your business or register yourself or whoever the primary owner of that business is with FinCEN. Okay. I get alerts from them, and I got one today. Let me tell you, all they do is look for people who hide money through businesses. If you are using a business as a funnel, if you're using it as a shell corporation, and you hiding money, they definitely gonna be on that ass. And that's the whole point of the BOI. So if you have a business, you're not going to let it expire. You need to register it at some time. Now, I told y'all I'm not doing mine until the very last absolute date that I can, because we know the government changes their mind every day. So I'm going to wait just to see if they change their minds. If y'all want to do it, go right ahead. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing, because why? I try to be transparent. All right. So let me see what y'all saying before I move on to anything else. What's happening in South Carolina? OG 803. Okay, it says question: if you're behind on child support, do you pay that in back taxes? Yes, they automatically take your child support. You don't have to do a thing because they're gonna do it all for you. Okay, and if you owe more than your refund, you will not receive a refund at all. Can you text me that tablet website? If I already got your number, text me and I will send it to you when I get off. If not, send me a message. I do have a bunch of y'all in my inbox. I do have the answer. I'm sorry. I swear I've been doing taxes all day long. And I'm going to run down some of the things that y'all are forgetting that y'all need to make sure y'all give y'all tax prepared. Okay. How can I get me an LLC? If you want to get you an LLC, all you got to do is go to your Secretary of State and create one. Pay for it. I'm not sure how much they cost in South Carolina. I want to say that $300. I know Georgia's $300, Florida's $125, Texas is $300. So I want to say it's about $300 in South Carolina, and you would just pay that, register your business, and you are good to go. But please make sure you consider getting a fictitious name or doing business as name. I'm so tired of y'all opening up LLCs and not adding the layer of protection that you need, because we all know there's haters out there, and why are we going to give them our whole real business name if they want to sue you? Okay, keep it on the low. Y'all know what R. Kelly told y'all. All right, let's see what you're saying. Shannon says I have a medical deductible of a little over $55. Well, that's good. But I can tell you right now, that $55 deductible, if that's what you're putting on your taxes, is not going to move that needle not one bit at all. So whatever your refund is, even after you put that $55 in there, baby, it's going to be exactly the same. And that goes for anybody that has a 1098 from their mortgage company. Okay, you still should put them in on your taxes, although it is not going to get you a dime more unless this is your very first one that you're putting in. You may get some money back, but anybody else, you will not. All right, the SBA. Let's move on real quick. Remember, the SBA says, look how fast the time is going. The SBA said y'all got until March 3rd. We already about to be in February. And have y'all heard this on the news anytime? No, y'all haven't. So if you have not made arrangements to make your payments for your EIDL loan and or did your forgiveness for your PPP, hold on, let me take a swallow. If you have not made your arrangements for that already, they are going to turn your name and your loan information to a debt collector. Okay. They're either going to turn it over to the Treasury. If you don't have any debts that are federal, they're going to turn it over to a debt collector and they're going to be coming after you. So make sure y'all share and tag somebody, because I know y'all know at least 3 people who have not forgiven their PPP loans, and or the SBA be calling them all the time. Okay. Now, if y'all are just in the predicament where you say, girl, I cannot pay it at all, well, that is fine. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to go watch my video while I tell you what to do to get rid of your debt with the SBA if you cannot pay, and how you need to do it. Okay, it's not just no 1-2 thing. You need to know exactly what you need to do so you can go and watch my videos. If not, book an appointment and we can talk about it. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all saying. What's the business credit card to get? That's really going to determine. That's a good question. I am living God. There's a lot of business credit cards out there. The best business card that you could get out there, in my opinion, is the one that does not show up on your personal as well as showing up on your business credit reports, and also one that does not require a personal guarantee. So I personally don't care which bank is giving you the card, because at the end of the day, all you are looking for is credibility. And if a bank lends you money, that means you are credible, you are credit worthy. So as long as they don't do those 2 things, they don't report on your personal, and they also don't require a personal guarantee, that's who I'm signing up with. Now, interest rates, you can work on that. That all depends on your credit, but those are the 2 most important things, because you need to be able to separate both personal from business when it comes to credit, so that you can truly have 2 lines of credit versus 1. Okay. All right. Let me move on. Department of Education. Still, some of you guys still have not done your student loan forgiveness through the borrower's defense. Please don't sleep on that. If you have not gotten that list where you can see the schools on there, please make sure you do. And y'all know I don't want to say all that I'm saying just to y'all. I want y'all to spread these same words to your family, to your friends, because a lot of us Black and brown people, we are behind the eight ball, because we don't do and we don't share. And I'm not gatekeeping no information, and I don't want you guys to gatekeep that information either. So if you know somebody who went to school and they finished, or even if they didn't finish, girl, did you see if your school was on the list? See if their school is on the list, because let me tell you what happens if they do not forgive that the government still sued those schools. So if they're not going to forgive your loans, and you're not going to claim the fact that your loans should be forgiven, what's going to happen to that money? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to go right here in somebody's pocket. And it's going to go into somebody's pocket like mine, because I'm going after everything they say I'm supposed to have. Okay. And that's why I tell y'all, because I want y'all to do the same thing. Y'all know this money rotates, and y'all get mad when they send money over to Ukraine, but then you ain't even getting no money for you. Okay. So get the money for you and stop worrying about what other people is getting, because they're going to get theirs. You just got a job to make sure you get yours. Okay. Amy says, if you have a payment plan for a car insurance relapse debt, do you think they will take a refund? Okay, so Amy, if I'm understanding you correctly, you are saying you have a debt that you are in agreement to repay, and you want to know if they're going to take your refund because of that. If that's your question, my answer is no, because that is a private lender, which is a bank. They do not turn over debts to the government to take from your refund. Okay. And the only time they can do that is if you are sued in court and you have like a garnishment. Then, if they want to pursue to turn that debt over to the Treasury Department, they can. But if you are in agreement with a debt collector to repay a debt, they will not touch your tax refund. Okay. All right. No problem, Amy. Okay. The name of the school list is the Borrowers Defense List. If you don't have it, I have it. I will send it to you. Just ask me to send it. All right. Okay. So somebody sent me a text, and I love that y'all do that because y'all know y'all be asking me, is this true? So somebody sent me a text, hey Shaquelle, and it was a picture of something that was going on Facebook that was saying that if you are not able to if you owe the IRS a debt but you need your refund, that there's a form you can fill out, and you can still get your refund although you owe the IRS. Now, I happen to know this person, so I went to them in their inbox and said, hey, that's bad information and that's not true. And I ain't do that because I'm hating or nothing like that. But I feel that if we're going to be people that's going to be putting out information, we all owe each other responsibility to put out the best information possible. And if you saw that email, you saw that post, let me tell you right now, it is not true. Okay. If you owe the IRS a debt, or you owe the Treasury, and the Treasury is going to basically take your refund like child support, there is nothing that you can do to not have your refund taken other than filing bankruptcy. Okay. Now, if you are an individual that is on a fixed income and you owe the IRS a debt, but you cannot afford to make monthly payments, but you don't care if they take your refund. You just can't afford to make your monthly installment plans. And I'll give y'all an example. I had an older lady that came to me and said, somebody died and left me some money, and I didn't know I was supposed to pay taxes on it. And because of that, I now owe this large amount of money, but I'm on Social Security disability. So when I file taxes, I don't get a refund. And I don't want to continue owing a debt to the IRS to the point where they take money from my Social Security. And if y'all did not know, they can take money from your Social Security. Try them with this new SBA not paying your EIDL loan and watch those Social Security checks get reduced, okay? Because they will reduce. If you owe Uncle Sam, he going to take his money, okay? But at the same time, if you qualify, he going to give you your money, all right? So we filled out a form, and I want y'all to write this for somebody. It's called a form 433F, okay? An IRS form 433F, okay? That is a real form, okay? That form is where you're basically writing down your financial situation for the IRS and saying, look, I cannot afford to pay this debt. I need y'all to put me in uncollectible status. Basically, they're giving you a hardship forever until you get a refund. So if you are broken on Social Security disability, fine. But as soon as you hit that lotto and you have to report them taxes, they're going to take the money you owe. As soon as you go back to work and you work that job and now you think you're going to collect on your debt, they're going to take that. But when you're in uncollectible status, you are not earning interest. So you will just be stuck at that amount that you owe. So if you know somebody that's owing, because there's a lot of people, they will not file taxes because they scared to death that as soon as they do, they're going to take their money. Well, guess what? If you're in a hardship status, you can fill out that 433F form and turn it in. It takes them like 6 to 8 weeks to give you a response. But if they approve you, you do not pay. You are in uncollectible status. Okay. So let me see what y'all saying real quick, because I see these things moving fast. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. All right, I saw what you asked. Okay, somebody says, how do I remove student loans off of my credit reports? Well, you can remove student loans off your credit reports simply by disputing them. Now, I got a video. Look, y'all know I'm always point y'all towards my YouTube. I definitely got a video to tell y'all how to do the credit sweep, which will absolutely remove those from your credit report as well. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am a living God. Do not be like some of the, well, I ain't gonna say some, one person I know for sure that the student loans were not on their credit. They had a 700 plus. They had went to the bank to get a mortgage, and the bank said, even though these student loans are not reporting on your credit, it still shows in the Kyver system. And if you don't know what the Kyver system is, that is the federal government's version of a credit report for you. And any federal debt that you owe will show up. So even if you remove them, it's still going to be there. So I would recommend that you do not, because the three best types of loans you can have on your credit are student loans, mortgage loans, and business loans. Okay. And if your student loans are hurting your credit, that means you're not paying them. Because if you are, they would not hurt your credit, because for most of us, our student loans are the one of the oldest debts we have, or the oldest trade lines we have on our credit. So it actually is helpful. So so when somebody says they want to remove it, to me, that automatically tells me you're not paying them. Now, because any other reason, you would not want them off of there. So I would focus on getting them taken care of versus getting them removed. All right. Hey, Karan. All right, let me see what y'all saying. What's the name of the school list borrows defense? I told you. Okay, answer that. It says if you owe taxes, would it automatically go on your credit report? No. Which is so funny, because they used to. They actually came out with an executive order that stated that the IRS could not any longer put federal debts on your credit except student loans. It used to be if you had a tax lien, it was reporting on your credit. But so many people had tax liens, it was killing it. So you know what happened. The rich people complained, and that's what changed the game. Okay, so now if you owe the IRS, it will not go on your credit, but it will show in the Kyver system, so you cannot avoid it. So even if you owe and you go to buy a house, when the mortgage loan officer runs your information and they check that database, it will show that you owe, and owing the IRS will affect how much home you can qualify for. Okay, so if you owe the IRS hundreds of thousands of dollars, I hope you don't, but if you did, don't think you're finna go and get that $500,000 house unless you got a great credit and you make good money on your job. Because if not, it will affect how much you can qualify for. Okay. And Crystal Light, if you want me to send you that list, please send me a message on my website so that I can, because I promise I do not want to forget. Thank you, J Dub, for writing that. It says, if I pay child support, but I'm behind, do they take that from my taxes? Yes, they do. They will take them regardless if you are on a payment plan or not. The only time a payment plan will save you is if you are, if you owe student loans. And if you were to be on student loans, which let me tell y'all, they are not taking your student loans this year for taxes. They actually start back taking, they start putting your student loans back into collection in May. So they are giving you guys a chance to file your income taxes. So I don't want to hear y'all talking about y'all filing late this year, because if you owe SBA and if you owe the Department of Education, you might as well forget your doggone your tax refund. And if you have child support, you can forget it all together. Okay, so you got until March 3rd for the SBA to figure out what you're gonna do, or they're gonna be taking your tax refund. You got until May to figure out what you're going to do with these student loans if you have not filed already, or they're going to take them tax returns, and then you child support, you can't do nothing really about it anyway. Okay. All right, let me keep going. Okay, so I don't know how many of y'all noticed, but TurboTax do loans. Okay, I just thought that was so crazy. But TurboTax is getting so desperate. H&R Block is probably doing it too. They are getting so desperate to compete with individuals who have tax software that they are now offering loans. Now, I will tell y'all one thing that y'all probably did not know. But if you go to a place that offers loans, a business, okay, an actual business, like say for example, if you came to me before tax day, you could get a loan before tax season open. Okay, that is called a pre-acknowledgement loan or pre-act loan. Okay, but TurboTax and H&R Block, you could not. If you did it online, you had to wait until today, like tax day open, or just a couple days before, and then they would allow you to do it. But I want y'all to know, if you guys are getting an advance on your taxes, that is not an advance from the IRS. That is an advance from the bank. So if something happens and the IRS does not pay you because you forgot about that one debt, please hit the like button, share, tag y'all. We got 30 minutes more. If you owe the IRS and you don't get that tax refund, you still owe the bank. Okay, you just got to pay them. Hey, Game Over, how you doing? Thank you. The original Princess Bronze said great info. I appreciate that, sis. Ask a question, y'all on YouTube. Y'all kind of quiet now. What questions y'all got? Stephanie says, what's the best way to remove collections like mid-lane credit? Well, it depends. Okay, y'all have to remember mid-lane credit, LVMV funded, and portfolio management. Those are like the three biggest debt collectors out there, and they are on their job. Okay. Um, when somebody asks me about removing a collection, I'll basically tell you it does not need to be a collection that is very new, because basically your file is still on their desk. And once you go to dispute, their job is to verify that it's real. So if your file is 6 months old, baby, it's over here in the corner. Okay. It's not up on the shelf yet. Okay. It's still over here waiting to be filed, which means it is easy to be verified. Now, if you want to watch my video on the credit suite, you can remove it that way. But remember, credit sweep done got old, people catching on, and debts are reporting even after they go away. So if you want to really remove a debt collector, just offer them a settlement. Y'all, it's tax season. These people know it's tax season, and they're willing to offer y'all 40, 50, sometimes 60% off of these debts, because they want to get paid something for what they do. Plus, the person that's answering the phone gets paid commission. They get paid commission by you making your payments, and you need it off of your credit. So if you can pay it, great. And let me let you know this too. Just because you pay it does not mean they have to remove it. Stop believing them pay for deletes, because they do not work 80 90% of the time. Okay, they do not work. It is up to a company to do it if they want to. It is not law. But let me tell you what happens. If in the event that you pay a debt off, you pay it off, you wait until it updates to zero, and then you dispute it after, and they will not touch that account. It will fall off. Never fails. Okay, because they don't care to dispute back and forth, because you paid them. And the law says if they don't respond, it has to fall off. And remember, if you got a new debt, they're going to respond. So it's all about timing. Okay, and the amount. It says, how about if you owe taxes, can you do a settlement for that? You can do a settlement for taxes, but I'm going to tell you, the IRS is not looking to really do settlements on taxes that are less than $25,000, because in most cases, they feel like you are going to be able to pay for it. Now, if you have a debt that's, say, $5,000, you can try to do the offer and compromise, but in most cases, they're just going to tell you to do a payment plan. They probably are going to deny you for an amount of that nature. They usually like to do offer and compromises for larger amounts, because they know it's a quicker way for people to pay off their debts. Okay. So if you got a specific question, you don't want to talk about it here. Oh, I'm dropping my pen. All you're going to do is send me a message. We can do a consultation. We'll talk. And then we'll be able to see what you think based off of also what I find, what you think will work best for you. In some circumstances, it's best to just go ahead on and have somebody, especially if you have kids, go ahead on and just take that 1 year and just do not get a tax refund. Because remember, a tax refund really is you overpaying the government, or them just paying you for your kids. So it really should not be money that you are counting on, because it is only extra money. Okay. And I hate to say that, but the only check you should be counting on is the one you get every 2 weeks, or the one you get on the first. Okay. Let's move on. Shannon says, I have a medical deductible of over $550 and a medication that will apply to it. Are there any programs to help in Louisiana? Shannon, I am not sure I understand what you were saying. So you're saying that you have medication that's high, and you have a medical deductible that's over $550. Are there any programs to help in Louisiana? You will have to definitely send that to me offline, because off the top of my head, I cannot tell you. At this point, you can do anything. You can put a GoFundMe out to ask people to help you, child, and next thing you know, you'll be having medicine and all your bills paid. Okay, so if you want to send me a message down on the website, and then give me the opportunity to look, because it may not be a statewide program, it may be something in your county. I would also tell you, and this is for anybody, hit 211. 211 is your friend that works in almost 37 of the 50 states. And 211 is your information. Find out what they got. Okay, I remember calling 411 back in the day, but now it's 211. So use that, Shannon, to see if they have something that will help you. Okay. All right, real quick, a couple things. Since I've been looking at taxes, I'm gonna tell you a couple things that I see that y'all are forgetting. You guys are forgetting your Obamacare form. Okay. Remember, January 31st is the time you should have everything, all your 1099s, your W-2s, and everything should be to you by then. Even your Your forms, if you've got unemployment, those should also be to you by the 31st. That's what the IRS mandates that these people do. If in the event you do not get a hold of your W-2s, or you missing one from another year because you can't find it, all y'all have to do is go to the IRS website, irs.gov, and go to access my account, create yourself an account, and you can always go to your wage and earnings transcript. As a matter of fact, IRS has changed it to wage and tax transcript, and that you can go back for the last 8 years. For those of you who are missing W-2s or missing other tax documents, you'll see that. If you didn't get nothing from your mortgage statement, if you didn't get nothing from the school because they forgot, you can go right to the IRS and they have it all there for you. It is called wage and tax transcript, and you can go and get all your forms. Okay, so if you didn't get something and you need to file, that's where you can go and get it from. That's healthcare.gov. Y'all need, remember, there is an error. The IRS said there's an error that they are rejecting taxes for people saying that you have Obamacare, even if you don't. Okay. Now, a lot of y'all had Obamacare, but y'all just got bad memory because y'all smoked too much weed and can't remember. Okay, that you had it for maybe that 1 month or that 2 months. But some of you are actually falling into the box or the category where it's a mistake. If that happened to you, that you knew for sure that you didn't have it, you call healthcare.gov to make sure they don't have nothing showing for you. Because y'all remember, people stealing Social Security is like it ain't nothing. You need to make sure you don't have none. And if they say you don't have any, you need to have your tax preparer resubmit your taxes, because the error may go away when they resubmit your taxes for e-file. Okay. So the IRS already knows that that is an issue that is going on. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. It says, if you are in uncollectible status with the IRS, does the money still draw interest? No, ma'am. You're in uncollectible status. They don't do nothing to you, believe you alone. Okay, until you make some money. It says, my tax earning has been pending for 2 years. Well, the IRS said, and this was just last week. Excuse me, if y'all watched me last Monday, I told you IRS said that they made for their strategic goal that their job was to make sure that you guys were not stuck waiting on the phones. So they took these employees, a bulk of them, off of actually looking at y'all taxes and processing them to answer the phones, to answer y'all questions about y'all taxes. So some of y'all that are still waiting, it's because you are in that pile of people. There are a lot of y'all that are still waiting. I'm sorry. Now, if you are waiting on ERC, the employee retention credit, you might be waiting and never going to get your return. And the IRS is giving you an opportunity to remove that from your taxes, because you need to find out if you really qualify or you don't. Because some people are finding out that they got paid, they got to pay it back. Some people went and paid these companies to file it, and they're just sitting, and the IRS is giving you an opportunity to remove it. This is your amnesty period. So do not pass if that is you and you waiting on it. Okay. Let me see. All right. And thank y'all for tagging and sharing this with somebody. I appreciate it. It says, can I file taxes on my 18-year-old? She worked this year and lives in my house. Yes, you can. Evelyn Giles, thank you for asking that question. That is probably the number one question I get asked every week. And I'm going to say this again, okay? If you have somebody that is living with you and they also have a job and you want to claim them as a dependent, you both can file, okay? But what has to happen first is the dependent needs to file their taxes first, and they need to check the box saying, yes, I will be claimed as a dependent on somebody else's taxes. The reason it does that is because it removes them from receiving earned income credit, and the earned income credit now goes to the parent. Okay, so the child has to file first, because once they do, it's letting the IRS know, hey, my social will show up in this system twice. Okay, if the parent files first, it will lock the social, and the dependent will not be able to file their taxes. So yes, you can file for a dependent, and yes, they can still file their own taxes. So thank you for asking that. You just got to remember, dependent goes first. Okay. They want to make sure that they're saying yes, they will be claimed. Okay. It says, I thought they don't show on transcripts until April 15th. No, ma'am. They may not show on until the April 15th. That depends on the IRS. Now, they got some money now. So, they're doing things a little faster. But if individuals are missing W-2s from previous years, they can go on there and get those now. If you are looking for stuff before you file, I will tell you to go on your wage and earning transcript now, because remember, they have until January 31st to turn this stuff into the IRS. April 15th is the last the day of you know, that's the end of tax day. But remember, if you guys are planning on filing an extension, you need to file an extension before April 15th, letting the IRS know to give you until October 15th to file. So don't be trying to wait. You either file your taxes or file an extension, and stop not filing, y'all. Okay. It says, hello, I'm going through a divorce and may get money from my ex 401k. How will that impact my taxes? If you get money from a divorce in the 401k, the IRS actually, girl, it depends. So the IRS is actually probably a little bit more in favor. It really depends on the type of tax document you receive and how it's given to you. So in most situations that I see where people are getting divorced and they're giving their ex money, whether it's like monthly alimony, the individual, because IRS changed the rules. Okay, if it's after 2018, the person who pays taxes on that money is the person who received it. So you may not, but it depends on how you receive it. If you're going to get it as like a lump sum, they're going to give you a tax document. You're going to have to file that tax document. If it is, say it's in his account and he cashes out and then just transfers it to you, you will not receive a tax document for that, because it's just going to be a bank to bank transfer. He will pay the penalty of taking it out early from the IRS. That'll be 10%. And then he'll also pay the other penalty from his tax, not tax company, from his retirement company that's managing his funds. So you should not pay taxes at all. Okay. But again, I always tell people it really depends on how they send it to you, because you don't know who that person, who your ex-husband working with or who your spouse is working with, because people do some crazy things. But in most cases, 99% of the time, you will not pay any taxes on that money, because he should just be transferring it to you. If there's anything different, please let me know, because I love to make videos on it so I can let other people know who in the same situation. Okay. And I will send you that link for you can see that the IRS says if you get alimony, anything after 2018, the person who is receiving the money pays taxes and you do not. All right. It says, I thought W-2s will show transcripts to April 15th if we don't get our W-2s on time. Yeah, they may not show. No, I don't think they wait until April 15th to show in there. I really don't. Y'all can go and check before. I don't think it's going to be on there right now because it's not even the 31st, but I believe it's there before April 15th. Now, I definitely know for the people who need their old W-2s, they can go and get them now. Okay. But I could be mistaken. And if I am, I'll have no problem telling y'all. But I believe you can go in there and check by the end of the month and they should be there. Do you feel it's better to file on Turbo or with a tax preparer? And does it depend on the amount? Well, you should never file taxes with somebody that can't tell you their price up front. If somebody tells you that their fee for taxes depends on your tax refund, you need to run, because that is not at all how it goes, because it takes the same amount of effort to do taxes that you get $2 back or ones that you get $20,000 back. It's the same effort, same energy. You really don't have to do that much different. If you are a single individual and you don't have a Schedule C, you're just doing your job, I don't see anything wrong with using TurboTax. It'll probably be cheaper for you than going to an actual tax place, even H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt. They're still going to charge you more. If you have children and you got daycare or you're married, to me, where you go to get your taxes done depends on your tax situation. If you are a professional and you got a business and you got a couple businesses, you doing good, you is not finna go just to your local hood tax preparer. Not saying that it's wrong, but you probably gonna be feeling like, they probably not qualified to handle my situation. You should feel the same way, even when you don't have anything going on. So if you know you ain't nothing but you and a W-2, I'm doing it myself. If I got kids, I got a house, and I got school stuff, and I don't really understand tax forms, I'm going to pay somebody, because that is what I'm paying them for. They're acknowledging their experience and their time. So they're really going to depend on your tax situation. But that is a good question. All right, YouTube, y'all being quiet over there now. All right, Miss Aura says, hey, Shamika and others on the hustle. Sorry for being late. It's okay, Miss Aura. I just want to say that Miss Aura took my tax class. She is a first-time tax preparer over here, and I must say she is doing excellent. So if you are in the Dade County area, Miss Aura does seals for your record if you have some charges you need to cover up, and she gonna get them taxes done. Okay, so we love to go to people. Oh, look at my thing. We love to go to people who can do more than one thing. So y'all make sure y'all hit Miss Aura up if you need more information. You're in Dade County and you want to actually see somebody. And if you are a Caribbean, because I got to throw it out. My Caribbean people, y'all like to stick together. So Miss Aura is a Caribbean. I think you Caribbean, Miss Aura, but you something, okay? And if they want to come and feel like they working with somebody of the same culture and nationality, bam, I got somebody for you. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. Can you claim past donations on your tax form without proof? Yeah, you could put charitable donations on your taxes without proof. It's really up to your tax preparer to see and ask. Most time, I'm just tell you straight up, hey, this your taxes. You're gonna have to be the one that's gonna have to explain this to the IRS in the event something come up. Now, don't be like the one girl who made $40,000 for the year, but she donated $39,000. Okay, red flag, and she deserved to be audited because that was stupid. Okay, but because she didn't understand what her tax preparer was doing, she let her tax preparer do whatever. Now, what y'all do need to make sure y'all pay attention to is every year they treat charity differently. This year they ain't giving you nothing. Okay. Last year, you could put up to $300. You might move the needle. In most cases, you won't move the needle more than $50, $60. And for what I've seen, it hasn't done anything this year. So some years they be like, we'll give y'all something for charity. And some years they don't. That doesn't mean not put it in. It's just you need to know when they pay and when they don't. Some of y'all don't care about that. But again, that's why you go to a tax preparer, because they're supposed to know that. Okay. Same way y'all coming and asking me is the same way you need to ask that person that is punching them numbers on your forms. And if not, you need to bring it on over here because I'm the one that's answering your question. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. And again, thank y'all for following. If y'all have not followed, and to anybody that is new, and if you got a question, please drop it. We got 12 good old minutes. It says, how can I go about getting my W-2 from my employer if they have not sent me jack? Well, you can let them know that the IRS says they have until January 31st to send you your documents. And if not, I would report that at ASS. And then if not, irs.gov, access your account, wage and tax transcripts, and go and see your information up there. Okay. Gazania Y said, thank you, Miss Shamika, for preparing. Absolutely not for explaining. No problem. Absolutely no problem at all. I try to make sure that I can. Yes, Trash Girl, thank you, because that was on my list. So I put this on my list because this has been blowing up all over social media all weekend, other than Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. Okay. And I don't know which side y'all on, but all I'm going to say is it's a shame when you're an older woman and you just can't go and sit down. Some people are so rich that they can't do anything else but be in somebody else's business. Baby, if I had the money Nicki Minaj has, you could say whatever you want about my husband, my baby. You could say whatever you want, because you know what I'm going to be doing with like this, with my legs up. Okay, I'm not even going to be paying no attention, but hit dogs will holler. All right, so let's talk about this W-4 form, because this video has been going around, and I did see it, and I wrote that down to talk tonight. And I just want to let y'all know the W-4 form that y'all have has been the same damn W-4 form that we have had for the past 3 years. Okay, this is still the W-4 form that came into action when Trump was in office. All right. And this tax form, let me let y'all know, does not end until 2025. And in 2025, we will be using a new tax form if we have a new president that says they want something to change. Okay. Every time we get a president, even when that president leaves, their mark of what they chose to do still stands even when they're gone. And that is what is happening with this W-4 form. It is not a new W-4 form. It is designed, and I know a lot of people don't get this. The form was designed to have you estimate your taxes almost to the penny so that there will be less tax refunds issued. And the reason they wanted less tax refunds issued are because a tax refund is nothing more than an overpayment to the government. And why are y'all loaning money to Uncle Sam when he should be loaning money to you? So, although I don't agree with much of nothing he did, I will say that was the point. Okay, that was the point. All right. Now, does it probably tax more of y'all? I'm sure it does, because a lot of y'all ain't even filling the form out right. So here is what I tell everybody to do on their tax form. Okay. And it's two answers. If you are an individual that you are owing, now you are paying taxes out your check, but you are still owing at the end of the year, what you need to do is take that amount that you owe. Okay. Now this is before your tax preparer hook you up and turn your frown into a smile, meaning hooking you up and adding your schedule C's and giving y'all a refund. I know what they doing. Okay. So if you owe, all you need to do is take that amount that you owe and divide it by how many times you get paid. And the majority of us get paid every 2 weeks, which means you get paid 26 times. So you take that amount that you owe, divide it by 26. Okay. And if you get paid on the 1st and 15th, that's 24 times. If you get paid every 2 weeks, that's 26 times. Okay. Shut up, Max. And then that will tell you how much you're not paying in each additional check. Okay. So if it comes up to $50.88, we're going to round it up and say $51. So what you're going to do on that form, y'all are going to go right to line 6. Line 6 on the new W-4 form allows you to put in the exact amount you want taken out. Because half of y'all don't know if y'all going to have 2 jobs. Y'all don't know if y'all going to be married by the end of the year. You do not have to cry. And some of y'all don't know if y'all going to be pregnant. Okay. So the easiest way to do it is to take the amount you're short, and whatever that amount is, you got to add it to what you're already paying. Okay. So if they already taking $100 out every 2 weeks, you now need to make it $151. Okay. And you can put that in line 6, and that lets your HR person know that that is the full amount you want taken out every 2 weeks. If you're an individual that nothing is coming out, well, same thing for you. You need to see how much you owe and divide that amount by how many times you get paid. And whatever that amount is, because you guys aren't paying nothing, whatever that amount is, that's how much you need to put on line 6 so that they know that's how much you want taken out every 2 weeks. The form doesn't have to be hard. You just, nobody explains it. And that's why people are not paying their fair share of taxes. Okay. No tax plan is going to be fair to middle class or lower income, because we don't have the same representation as the rich does. But one thing you can do is stop loaning the government money, because they are not paying you interest, and you basically giving up the money for free. And if you're going to give the money to anybody, give it to me. Okay. All right, so let me see what you're saying. So Miss Ora said if she is also a notary, so if you are in Dade County, you need a notary, you need them taxes done, and you need your file sealed, then you can go right there to Miss Ora, and I'll give y'all her information. Okay, so I hope that was clear. If anybody got any questions about that W-4, please let me know, and I will answer it as much as possible. But a lot of y'all are making it harder than it needs to be, and it really doesn't have to be. All you have to do is just do some real simple math, put it there on line 6, and go on about your business. Okay. It says, can you please explain how this W-4 form works? I need for federal and state to check it out. Yes, the same thing, same exact thing. And I'm telling you, with state, I'd rather just let them overpay, because in most times with state tax, they're gonna do that. They're gonna figure that out anyway and take it out. But the state tax is probably the only one that I'm okay with if I pay them a little too much. IRS, I don't be wanting to kind of give them nothing. But that's really all y'all have to do. Okay, is just do the math and put it in the box. That is it. Okay, and if your pay person don't understand, then they need to go and call somebody, because it is just as simple as that. Because there are no more exemptions. You can't say I got 3 and 4 kids no more. They took that away. Okay. And the reason they did that again is because they want to issue less tax refunds and let you keep your money throughout the year, which is what you should be doing anyway. I don't want to wait until tax season to get $7,000 when I could have spread my $7,000 out throughout the year. That's what y'all not understanding. Okay. Y'all giving the government money to hold. I don't want that. All right. Okay, Miss Ora says, not me, Shamika. I only get paid once a month at the end of the month. So if you only get paid once a month, like Miss Ora, then you are not going to take your pay by 26 payments. or 24 payments. She's going to do what she owes to the IRS and divide it by 12, and that will let her know how much she should be paying to the IRS every 2 weeks for her federal, so it does not have to come up zero. That is why a lot of you are owing taxes, and then y'all mad y'all tax refunds are smaller, and it's smaller because y'all weren't paying anything in taxes. And then you got kids, and you think you're finna get $7,000, $8,000, and then your kids have to, the money you get for your kids for the earned income credit is paying the money that you should have been paying in taxes. So now your refund is lower. It's real simple math, y'all. If you look, y'all know what I tell you. Turn to page 2 of your 1040. I will give a class if I need to, because y'all need to learn how to read these tax forms. That's why they jipping y'all, or why you don't understand how important making sure your numbers are right on your form so that you can see. I'm telling y'all, will be a whole lot smarter when y'all start going, oh shoot, let me start filing joint. Okay, I'm tired of y'all talking about head of household all the time. Y'all be leaving money on the table. Okay, what do you know about the SETC tax credit? Break that SETC out, okay? Because I don't know what that is as an acronym. Let me know, Eric. Oh, self-employed tax credit. The self-employed tax credit is nothing but the ERC. Thank you, Marnie. That is nothing but the employee retention credit. Marnie said, congratulations to you, Miss Aura. So the self-employed tax credit ain't nothing but the employee retention credit. Do not, and I'll repeat, unless you're talking about the self-employed tax credit that should be coming out with this new tax plan. Again, the new child tax credit and that new family tax plan that they're telling y'all they're trying to pass, that hasn't passed yet. So again, I don't waste y'all time talking about nothing that's not here yet, because it's not important. And as I told y'all last week, the chances of it actually passing are probably slim to none. And if it passes, let me tell you how slick these folks is. If it passes, I promise it's probably going to be after tax season. And you know why? Because if they were to pass it now, it's going to be such a ruckus to try to get y'all paid that what they're probably going to do, which will make it easier, will have you claim it next year, which means they can just wait until after this tax season is over, pass it. Well, they can pass it at any time. When they put it in the laws, what matters, okay? So I don't want to talk about it because it's not here. The only employment tax credit y'all should know about is the employee retention credit. But a lot of y'all ain't going to qualify that for anyway, because y'all don't have employees and you don't meet the requirements, okay? So I'm going to move on from that one, Eric. I'm sorry, because that's a non-factor right now, and I don't like to waste time on stuff that ain't and it's not here, okay? You know what they say, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, okay? And I don't want to be drunk right now. Well, in a little bit, okay? Church tithes. Yes, you can write off church tithes, or church tithes are no different than charity. I just did somebody today. She paid $4,337 in tithes. I said, God, at least you need to be a member of my church, okay? But guess what it did to her taxes? It didn't move the needle either way. You know why? Because remember what I told y'all, they give you charity up to a certain limit, and that's about $300. And not every year charity counts or gives you any money. And this year it ain't doing nothing. But you should put it in because, hey, you got a responsibility to the Lord. You want to pay him, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But he letting you know you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart, because Uncle Sam ain't giving you $1 back, okay? Let's move on. I'm a state taxpayer. Remember what I said. When your person says they file taxes, you can file taxes federally and with the state. So anyone that files taxes should be able to do both. There is not a difference. The only difference is if you're under certain situations, like your military, or certain states have different rules. But in most cases, it's going to be very simple. The information goes right on to your state taxes without the tax preparer really having to do anything, okay? But yes, I do prepare state taxes and federal, okay? Thank you, Trash Girl. I appreciate it. Look at y'all working for me in the comments. Thank y'all. All right, so it is 8 o'clock. Now I'm giving y'all about 10 minutes before I get off of here. I want to see if I got any questions. So if anybody is interested in, y'all want me to do a tax class, I don't have a problem with that. Just let me know that you're interested in doing it. Send that to my shamikasaves.com, or send it in the TikTok so that I can try to make it a live class, because I'm actually going to need a screen or a board, because I don't like to guess. I like to actually show y'all on the form because it makes it easier. I promise taxes really can be fun, and y'all going to be tripped out on how they try to make this stuff so confusing, but because they don't have a hood explainer, excuse me, y'all heard me say that, a hood explainer, or an explanator. I just made that up. It makes it a little easier to understand and it makes taxes more fun if it's somebody like me was explaining how this is actually done. Okay. So taxes really can be fun. And I think any and everybody should get into it because it's not going anywhere. Okay. So, all right. So, Affordable Connectivity Program ending February 7th. Please get your tablet, your phone, your discounted internet. You got the BOI. If you have a business, you have until the end of this year to do it. But please make sure that you still have a plan. Either let your business lapse or actually go and prepare to file and put that date on your calendar. It's already on my calendar. Remember, if you owe the SBA, whether you did a PPP and it's not forgiven, or you got the SBA EIDL, you have until March 3rd to come up with a plan, or they are going to turn your debt over. And them people going to be calling you. It's going to show up on your credit, or they're going to take it out of your federal benefit. And if you're a veteran, you get Social Security, they gonna take it. It ain't coming from me. This is what they are saying. Remember, somebody wants to be uncollectible with the IRS. That's form 433-F. 433-F. You can turn it in and basically show them your financial situation and they will work with you. If you got questions on your W-4 and I did not help you even with my explanation because you got special questions, hit your girl up. But remember, just use line 6. Put the full dollar amount. Forget the exemptions. Tell them how much you want taken out of your check so that you can no longer see that you went all year and did not know. And y'all be knowing because y'all know that check be higher than it was the year before, but y'all be trying to play dumb until tax time. And I didn't know they wasn't taking nothing out. Girl, now you know you made 75 or more dollars than you normally did. You know, you just didn't look. So I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention to that. Okay. It says, could people who get Social Security, could they get an LLC? Yes, anybody can have a business. Just because you're disabled doesn't mean you can't have one. What matters is if you're on Social Security disability, you have to be mindful that the federal poverty line, you are not supposed to make more than the federal poverty line. So if the federal poverty line says that you can't make more than $15,000, well, then your business need to only make $14,999. Okay. That is not breaking the law. That is still making enough to where you are not making more than you should. Because if you start making more than that, then you don't qualify. And if you're making the money, well, I ain't gonna give y'all too much because this is why I do consultations, okay? But if you ask, I just gave you a little bit, okay? So no face beat the case. Send me a message, okay? And we're gonna talk, okay? So it depends. It could affect the money depending on how you file that business, okay? That's why I said I'm gonna stop there and we can talk offline. Remember to check to make sure you got your 1095A form to saying that you have Obamacare. If your taxes were denied and you know that you did not have it, still make sure you call healthcare.gov. The IRS said they are having issues with the error. If healthcare.gov says that you do not have Obamacare, then have your tax preparer hit that submit button one more time. Damn, we was going to talk about putting your houses in trust. I guess we're going to have to talk about putting your house in trust next Monday. I always be finding something new, so I gotta want to come and tell y'all that. And last but not least, if anybody did their safe home, their safe, my safe Florida home, where you get $10,000 if you have a home. I know Miss Aura, you did that program. So if anybody has a home in Florida and you have homeowners insurance, you can go and qualify for this program. It was $10,000 for one group, and low income got $5,000, but now they got so much money, they are giving everybody $10,000 to get their home hurricane proof. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you, because I ain't got no shame. I am using my 10. I just found a place that's going to give me some new windows and some doors and garage doors. And I'm not paying jack. So if your insurance has been dropped, you already have to re-sign for new insurance. Florida's insurance is going up because we get hit all the time. So make sure you use up your 10,000 before the money goes, because Ron DeSantis don't have no problem giving it to somebody else but you. So if you need or got questions about that, please hit me up, because I definitely want to get you your money, and I want that money to be spent. Does paying child care expenses help? Yes, paying child care expenses does help. They can go on form 2441, which is a child. That's what your child and dependent care The calculation comes from that as well. So yes, paying child care expenses, they do help. Okay. But if you're paying child care expenses and you're also getting government assistance, then it's not going to count because you are paying, because you already got the government subsidy. But if you are paying and you're not necessarily getting help, you could put it in. All right. Let's see. And no, it doesn't give you a lot. It really depends on how much you paid in childcare. Wait, what 10K? Go to My Safe Florida Home. Man, y'all better be subscribing to my TikTok about YouTube. I've been making these videos. This program has been out a year and a half now. Okay, and it's My Safe Florida Home. So my MY Safe SAFE Florida FL. I'm not done. Home HOME.com. Okay, My Safe FL Home. Go there, sign yourself up, upload your insurance showing that you have insurance, and bam, somebody is coming to your house to give you an inspection, baby. And you take that inspection and you send it up to Tallahassee, just upload it. And the next thing you know, they're gonna say you are approved. Okay. Now, Miss Ora, I know Miss Ora did it. Bam. Okay, Miss Ora, I got a contractor for you. Text me tonight. I got somebody for you, ma'am. Okay. So if anybody got some money and y'all need windows and doors and y'all can't find nobody, y'all got the 10K to spend, I got somebody for you. I found a good contractor that I'm gonna use. Also, okay. Divine says, I'm so glad I found your channel. My school is on the Bars Defense list. Woo woo. I'm going to search your channel to see if you have a video about it. Yes, I do. But Miss Divine, all you got to do is send me a message on my website, shamikasaves.com. I will send you the form, which I promise you, you're not going to want to fill it out. But if you do, go right ahead. But if you don't, hit your girl up. I charge $75 and I do the form for you so that you can just turn it in. Now, I like to tell y'all real quick, you do not have to do the Bars Defense form. If you want to get your loans dismissed, you are supposed to have it done automatically. The question is we don't know when. The form at least will get you ahead of the dang on line. So, Mr. Vine, thank you for finding me too. You do not have to go and search the video. I will tell you everything you need to know. Okay. It says, I don't understand about the 10K. That is a program that is only for people in Florida where they help you hurricane proof your house because a lot of people in Florida, their insurance companies are dropping them. I'm one of them. My insurance company dropped us and we need to make sure that, hey, we cover. So what the Florida is trying to do is be proactive and hurricane proof your house. So in the event a hurricane comes through, that's less damage that you have to your home, less insurance claims, which means insurance companies will stay because a lot of insurance companies are pulling out of Florida because of how often hurricanes hit. Okay. So if you live in Florida, please go to their website. If you heard something that I said and I'm about to get off here and you didn't get it, send me a message at shamikasaves.com. Again, y'all go to my YouTube, subscribe. And also, if you got questions about credit, if you did not watch the whole thing, you got questions about veteran stuff. You got tax questions, man, you got bankruptcy questions, you got questions. You know, one of my slogans is if you got questions where to go, come on over here to Shamika Saves. Okay. So I'm gonna do my best to answer it because I probably got the answer for you anyway. All right. And yes, ma'am, Miss Ora, you do have to use a contractor from the list. This person is from the list, okay? And they will go to almost any county. Is that the only state that you know of? I need my windows and fixed right now. You can send me a message to my page. I will look by your state, but remember, you can always ask 211. Yes, this program is for Florida. But 211, and again, some of y'all, they do have the SHIP program in y'all area. They have a lot of housing programs. They just have different names for them. But that's why you use 211. Stop letting these people tell you they ain't got no money when they did. Because the beginning of the fiscal year was 1 October. And it is just January 29th, baby. They still got some money in the books. All right. And hopefully you get it. Mike's kid says you truly are a blessing to everyone. I appreciate that. That's exactly what my prayer is, to be able to be a blessing to somebody, because who wants to sit on all this information and can only use it for themselves? That is so boring. I want to give it to y'all too, so y'all can do the same thing. Okay, so it's 8:10. I'm just checking. I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes just see if y'all ask me any more questions before I go. But remember, I'm here on Mondays. It is gonna be 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you're in any of them other places, you're gonna have to translate that time on your own. And let me see. Okay. So that look like it. It says North Carolina don't want to help with nothing. Yes, a couple of states don't. Alabama, Mississippi, and them states don't normally never help with anything. I want to know about the Bars Defense School. Miss Jalen sent me a message. I will send you the list. If your school is on the list, all you got to do, you can either wait for them to select you to dismiss your loans, or you can fill out the little a 25-page little application, which I do help with, and you just send it on up. And then you're basically waiting again for them to select you. You get a letter saying, hey, you were selected, your school is, on the list, we're going to dismiss them. And depending on if you paid any money, they're going to give you money back. If you didn't pay any money after a certain time, you're not getting no money back. But if you got your student loans, your tax refund taken because of student loans from this school, guess what? You get a refund once those loans are dismissed. Okay. So I hope I said a lot. And Louisiana do help some, but Louisiana is another one of them states that get hit a lot. So it's hard to live in certain states when you are a coastal state, okay? Because the money goes when y'all have disasters, unfortunately. It says, I'm so glad I came across your page. Thank you for answering my question. Love. No, thank you very much. And please like and follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so it's 8:12. God bless you all. How do I help you? Just send me a message at shamikasaves.com. I have my own website. I promise I will go on. I'm about to get on there now and answer y'all messages because I got some from earlier today that I have not answered. So if you need me, please send me a message. If you already got my number, send me a text, Miss Aura. It was somebody else. I told them to text me. So y'all make sure y'all text me. And if y'all need information about the affordable connectivity, remember, I will send you those names so y'all can go on and get this stuff because it's going to be February when we talk next week. Okay. So be blessed. I'll see y'all next week. And if I can help you, hit your girl up. Okay. Bye. Have a good one, y'all. Bye. See y'all, Miss Aura. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Marnie. Bye, Amy.